Today I'm going to be playing a grand campaign as the Empire of Japan in EU4. Our goals are to conquer the entire subcontinents of the Far East, China, the East Indies, and Oceania. This is where we left off last time. We have formed the Empire of Japan, we've conquered the entirety of the Far East, we've conquered the entirety of China. Now all that's left to do is to consolidate these guys in Southeast Asia with some major wars versus Bengal, and of course fight the colonizers like Spain and Portugal. This is the final episode. Check out the previous 3 if you haven't already. Links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. But for now, let's jump in as the Empire of Japan for the final time in this grand campaign. Alright, here we are back as Japan, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time in what has been a super fun grand campaign, and I'm glad you guys have been enjoying it as well. But yeah, like I just mentioned in the intro, man, not a lot more left to go right here. You know, we do have some major wars to do, sure, but not a lot of conquest left. So the things we have to do is conquer the rest of Mongolia for our March. Mongolia right here from only Transoxiana. Then we'll get into some wars down here. Daiviet, Ayutthaya Khmer, Bengal, who was our ally. We're gonna have to fight multiple times. They do own pretty much the entirety of Burma, so it's gonna be fun fighting them. A couple of minor nations left over here, and then of course we are gonna have to get into it with the colonizers. As far as I can tell, only Spain and Portugal are present here out of, you know, the traditional colonizers, but we also have the Mamluks, which I don't think are gonna put up too much of a fight. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it, man. Now let's just, you know, unpause right here, state up some more things because GovCap has gone up since I was constructing some buildings and stuff like that, and see who we have the best opportunity to fight here first. You know, could be Transoxiana since they're busy in some other wars. Let's check Daiviet. Ooh, Daiviet only allied to Ayutthaya. Interesting. Ayutthaya may not join here, so Daiviet may be first on the chopping block. Malacca, I'm actually gonna... Why are they allied to Transoxiana? No. Transoxiana is Defender of the Faith. Interesting. So, we could declare on Transoxiana right here, and then also on Malacca down here, since they won't have any allies like that. I won't be getting this for myself anyway, so I can get stuff down here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be our first war for this episode, boys. First 2 wars, Transoxiana and Malacca at the same time. So with that said, I think it's time to get our armies into position. But yeah, aside from that, man, this is what we're looking like here for the final episode. Almost 4,000 dev, the most powerful nation in the world by far. This is where we've gotten with our government reforms. Of course, we're a unique divine empire tier 1 government reform. We're up to tier 9, as you can see, making really good income right here, pretty rich. Ahead of time in almost, ahead of time in just 1 tech, actually. We're behind on Diplo and Mill because we're working on 7 idea groups right here because I ditched exploration and expansion earlier, you guys know. Not focusing on the missions too much this campaign. Converting everything, of course, to Shinto. That is one of our goals that I forgot to mention in the intro as well. Past almost all incidents right here. We're completely isolationist. And yeah, looking pretty strong. Nice crownland ownership. Absolutism 86 right now because of, you know, some privileges, but 86 is enough for what we're doing. All right, so Southern Fleet is in position right here. So is the Southeast Asia Army. I've pulled out the Grand and Independent armies so they can siege some minor provinces here. These guys are almost in position, so let's wait for them. Excellent, and let's go ahead and declare on Transoxiana first. They're allied to Sweden and Gujarat right here, but I don't think we'll get involved with those guys at all, right? I wonder how much war score do we need to get all of this, and if we can get all of that, especially give it to Mongolia, or will I have to hold something and then give it to them? Either way, here's our first war for episode 4. Okay, now that that's started, I think a month has passed, and yes, we can declare on Malacca as well. Gonna do Holy War on them too. We're gonna take as much as we can from Malacca. Alright, still chugging along with Transoxiana, but Malacca has been absolutely crushed, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do think some of their provinces are pretty highly developed. Yeah, look at that, man. It's not gonna be one war with Malacca. Damn. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do, like, this? Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna have to fight these guys again. Okay, but there's one war with those guys done. Okay, let's core this up and focus on Transoxiana. Oh, excellent. I can take all of Mongolia that Transoxiana has right here. Yeah, am I seeing that right? Yes, I think I am. Okay, so I'm actually not gonna peace out, and it will cost quite a lot of war score, but I'm not gonna peace out until I finish coring this, because and I also need to make the combination of whether Mongolia can take it or whatnot, so we'll see. I still haven't even occupied all of it, so I can transfer all of it to Mongolia. Okay, so I've transferred everything to Mongolia here, and they can almost take everything, so I'm just gonna move everything back for me. I'm gonna take it, and then I'm just gonna do Grant Province, you know? And there we go. After farming some big battles and losing all of my manpower, Transoxiana is willing to accept, so there's all of Mongolia for me, but I will give it to my subject Mongolia. And just like that, we are done fighting them. Excellent. I like that, man. I like that a lot. Okay, let's actually pick this up instead of that maritime idea. Yeah, let me just grant as much as I can to Mongolia here. So I was able to grant them everything, and they weren't even over 100%. I guess it's like their absolutism or war score or something that did that. But look at this. Look how satisfying that is. Region map mode, political map mode. Only the color changes. The letters don't move, nothing moves. Mongolia owns the entire region of Mongolia. Yeah, that's kind of weird, because sometimes, man, you have like you know, what other countries are yeah, like France. So you own all of France, and only all of France as France, and the name still moves around. You know, I've noticed that a couple of times. Same thing with Italy. You own only all of Italy as Italy, and the name isn't like that, so Mongolia is satisfying. Okay, there's one other goal wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we did Malacca as well. I did get coalition a little bit by these guys down here, and the Mamluks, because they have provinces down here. So is Daiviet the guy to fight, or Ayutthaya, or, well, it's an alliance between them. Bengal, maybe? Actually, Bengal might be a good idea, because we definitely won't be able to take everything from them in one war. In fact, we might even need like 3 with them, probably 2 with Daiviet, 2 or 3 with Ayutthaya. Yeah, okay, let me just beat up some more rebels, get manpower back up, and we'll fight someone down here. And I've officially, well, wait, stated all of China. Perfect. Of course, I don't have the admin points to wrap everything up, but, you know, yep, that was one of the goals. So I was always gonna, oh, we have that too, right? I was always gonna full state the Far East and China, and then trade company, the East Indies and Oceania. And of course, we got Goshu right here, which is Australia. They're gonna own Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, right? Colonial Australia. Yeah, they get to own all of colonial Australia. Nice. Just doing some more trade company stuff now, since we're making so much money. Yeah. Wrapped up trade earlier. There's defensive wrapped up. We're moving along with maritime. We do need one of naval or maritime to do the naval hegemon thingy we want to do this campaign. Oh, I just need 500 boats and I can become one. We'll get there. Not in a rush at all. Yeah, income's very nice. Hey, we've converted all of China to Shinto as well. Nice. Okay, there we go. I've converted everything we took from Malacca, so that means we are free to add everything that we have here, not added to trade companies, to a trade company. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we're looking good. And the way our whole trade setup is, basically everything over here, like Girin, Nippon, Beijing, Xi'an, Chengdu, Canton, and Hangzhou, it's all getting routed to Beijing. And then everything down here, I'm also collecting in Malacca. As you can see, everything down here is getting or gonna get routed to there. So I'm already transferring Philippines and Malaccas, as you can see, there we go, to Malacca. Then we're gonna get a guy for Burma, which is gonna move to Siam. Then Siam can go to Malacca. Obviously, Siam can also go up, but I'm considering it one of the southern ones. That's the whole merchant setup right there. All right, manpower's back up a little bit. I've decided I'm gonna go for Daiviet because Bengal's got some annoying alliances that I'm gonna deal with later once I get bigger armies and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just declare cleansing of heresy on Daiviet and finally move into Indochina. And that was a fairly quick war versus Daiviet, just white peace Ayutthaya. Now let's see how much we can actually take right here, man, because I think some of their provinces will be really, really devved. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Max, man, and that's about it. Yeah, so half and half. Okay, so I've just noticed that my truce with Malacca is up, and their ally, the Mamluks, won't help them, which means it'll make a super easy war against them. They're allied to Barus, this OPM right here. I think we'll probably annex those guys as well, and this should be a full annex on Malacca. Alright, so I'm gonna knock out Barus separately here. And there's a full annex on Malacca. Perfect, man. Literally exactly what we needed. Excellent. I like that a lot. Has everything been converted over here? It has. So we can add all of this to trade companies. Yes. Oh, I just inherited all of these guys as tributaries. Frick my life. Giant Transoxiana formed the Mughals and Bohemia formed Great Moravia. Damn, now that's one I've never seen the AI do. That's insane, dude. Hell yeah, bro. Is one thing I was thinking about when I first saw this, it was literally 3 seconds ago, but is Great Moravia an upgrade on Bohemia? It is, right? Damn, they've got some insane ideas. A manpower plus 25% and goods produced plus 10%. Overextension impact minus 25%. That's insane. A missionary monarch admin skill. Construction time and dev discount. Legitimacy. Tolerance of the true faith. Discipline max absolutism plus 15 max effective absolutism. Great Moravia has some nutty ideas. By the way, this is what the religion map mode looks like, man. Portugal and Castile single-handedly, Portugal and Spain single-handedly keeping Catholicism alive. There are the Livonians and Estonia are Catholic as well, along with Köln, Bamberg, Strasbourg, Aachen, and the Pope. I wonder if we go into the ledger. Let's see, 22 Catholic countries, and most of them are the colonial nations. Shinto is the third biggest. I've been recoalitioned by the Mughals and the Mamluks. All right, I guess I'm just gonna wait for this coalition to die down because we still got a couple of minor guys to knock out here. Ayutthaya, Theravada, Diviets, Mahayana. It really shouldn't matter too much for them. Diviets become a tributary under Ayutthaya. Maybe we actually fight Ayutthaya here, and then to reset our truce with them, we fight Diviet. Yeah, let's wait a little bit more. Counting house unlocked, which is excellent. I'm loaded on cash as well, so let's build it in all of the high-value trade good provinces. What's incest at this point? 3 ducats. Yeah, let's do that as well. I don't know what we started out with. 3,900 dev. Now we're at 4,700. Pretty cool, and we're making about 925 ducats. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm big enough to increase... Oh, get that naval force limit. I can increase my army now as well. So I've built up to max already, even though we're not there. It's a 4440 stack. So that's like the final stack, right? So you can just go ahead and delete that, build up a 4440 stack, and we'll put down, yeah, like one more of these. That's as far as we can do. Tier 10 Gov reform time. We can go L'État c'est moi for GovCap, although I feel like we are good on GovCap now, since we unlocked that second building. Regional representation, CCR, and minimum autonomy in territories. I won't have territories. Then we got +1 possible policies and war score cost versus other religions and tolerance of the true faith. I think I'm actually going to +1 possible policies, so we have 3 instead of 4. This is where we're at right now with the policies, man. Oh, actually, I can take more. Let's get that merchant and trade steering one then, and I'm actually going to get everything we can get. Perfect. So, where do I not have a merchant now? No, not a lot of control over Burma. I don't have one in Australia. And Polynesian Triangle. Actually, Polynesian Triangle can go directly to Nippon, which we can move it to Beijing, but I'm going to consider this part of the southern ones, so I'm going to route this to Australia. And then we're gonna route it to the Moluccas. So let's put one guy right there. Who's disloyal now? Why? It's not even the Age of Revolutions. Australia, what the frick do you want, bro? There you go. Built up another army, Indochina army right here, and there's a wrap on maritime ideas. So now we should, yeah, there's that mission, surpass the West, halves the necessary requirements for the naval hegemon mechanic, and that means we can already claim hegemon, ladies and gentlemen. So, naval hegemon, I've never done it literally ever since hegemons came out. I always go economic because it's the most beneficial realistically. We went military hegemon in the Russia campaign, but now it's time for naval hegemon, Empire of Japan. Monthly war exhaustion minus 0.1, ship trade power plus 20%, global naval engagement with plus 10%, plus 200% national sailors, plus 200% blockade efficiency, minus 20% liberty desire and subjects, and plus 20% artillery damage from back row at max power. Boom. There we go. Naval hegemon Japan. I don't know what that means. We'll surpass Alexander and Genghis Khan. Listen, I'm not sure they were that famous for their navies, especially Genghis Khan and Tsushima. But, let's surpass the British and the Spanish. Damn, so my engagement width is now 78. If I have these 3, and I got 20 times 3, that's 60. So, whatever, no one cares about this anyway. Alright, Ayutthaya is fighting other guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit them as well. Now we got imperialism too, so, yeah. Well, what did we accomplish here? Nothing, really. Okay, who's leading war score? I'm leading war score? Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, this didn't turn out the way I thought it would. I'm just gonna try and take whatever I can take. I don't know. Let's just... Yeah, is that the only thing I can take? Yes, it is. Alrighty. Okay, after that little expedition, the coalition has expanded, so I really don't have anyone to declare on right now. I guess we could go for like Spain or Portugal or whatever. Those are kind of like whatever wars. Oh, Portugal especially is going to be so easy, man. Oh, so is guaranteed by Great Britain. Spain is defender of the faith, but won't defend them. If you guys remember, we already fought Britain last time after they declared on Australia, our Australian colony. So how many Portuguese provinces do we need to take? That's 3 right there. Or no, that's 2 right there. Let me try and see the rest of it. 3, 4, 5, I think. 6, 7. Just 7. Actually, the coalition just disbanded after I took Miltech. Sunda is no longer allied to Spain. There we go, that's a province. There's actually 2 provinces. I didn't even know about that. Have we finished coring the rest, though? We haven't. It's 80, 18. Yeah, we're good. Some more shenanigans we can get up to. Delhi is ally-less, so there's 3 more provinces. Yeah, I like it when we wrap these tiny guys up, man. You know, getting them slowly out of the way, you know. But, yeah, sooner or later, let me actually analyze the Mamluks right here. Really not that strong. I can declare on them now, man. Co-belligerent, Delhi even. There are quite a few provinces we need to take from them. I think we need whole HEGEMON here. That one right there. That one right there. That one right there. They should have a couple of more over here. Mamluki in Australia. This right here. And yeah, I actually almost forgot about these other guys like Tonga, Viti Levu, Vanua Levu, you know, Samoa, the Hawaiian guys, because there's no way to declare on some of them, especially the Hawaiian guys, without imperialism, I don't think. So now we can actually get into it with all of these tiny guys right here. But yeah, first I'm actually going to go ahead and wipe out Delhi here. We'll get to the other guys later. Oh my god, it's going to be AIDS full annexing Pasai. Look at this. 41 dev, 43, 45, 42, 37, and this one right here, 35. Jesus, man. Oh my god, dude. You know, I gotta do a campaign where I leave Korea alive until like 1800 and then annex them. All of their provinces are gonna be like 60 dev. There we go, another one bites the dust right there. Oh, the Grand Palace of Bangkok is very helpful. I just built it up to tier 1. Now we're gonna bump it up to tier 3. And in fact, I have a ton of these getting built, but I just haven't been hurrying them up, man. Yeah, there we go, almost all of these. And I think actually all of these we can get up to tier 3 immediately. This one we can't do, okay. Let's see, where are we with coring? We're good. Let's fight Dai Viet. They're allied to Pahang, which I don't want to co-belligerent. They're down here. Perfect, yeah. We'll destroy 2 more nations completely. All right, Pahang is out. Excellent. And that's Dai Viet 2. This will give us 50.4 overextension, which actually will put us over 100. So let's wait for these 3. Cool, those are done, and there's Dai Viet for us as well. Nice, man. Not a lot of small guys left to go. In fact, it's only Pasai and Kedah right here. I guess it doesn't make too much of a difference who we declare on. I guess Kedah to avoid some of these other guys. White Peace, Ayutthaya. We can't do anything with Pasai like this. It's gonna have to be a direct declare on them, but it's the Portugal guarantee. So yeah, I need to figure out in which order to fight all of these guys to make it the least annoying, right? The least annoying. Maybe we just chill, you know, save a little bit of manpower and go on a little expedition versus the Polynesians, because there's quite a lot of them. There's probably like 10 of those guys, or maybe even more that I gotta wipe out. 4 Hawaiian guys, then it's like 4 of them over here too. 4 down here too. Yeah, it's like 12. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've entered the age of revolutions. Did we ever have a unique one here? I don't think we did. Do we start our golden era? Not yet. Not yet. In a little bit. Either way, I've pulled out the independent army right here. Might as well gather up some manpower because we have some absolutely huge wars coming up. So why not do that? In the meantime, though, let's use this independent army right here to beat up some of these Polynesian guys. So this over here will all go to Goshu. So might as well do that first. Let's declare on Ngapuhi right here. They're allied to Ngatika. I'm not even gonna say them. There we go. All 4 of these guys. Damn, this OPM's got 100k peasants? How? Okay, we're done with these guys. I had no idea they had level 9 forts, so it took a while, but there we go. I'm gonna take all of this, and all of it should go to Australia. Let's see. Yes, it did. Nice. Okay, so some Polynesian guys are out. Let's take a look at Tonga. They're allied to Lao, which is the small guys, and they're allied to Viti Levu, which is these guys. and the Vanuatu is at like the Samoa, which is these guys. Okay, so 3 and then 2. Let's declare on Tonga. Now this will go to me. This has nothing to do with Australia. Okay, thank frick, some level 1 forts. Ah, no, level 7, of course. Okay, that's 3 more guys done. So there's Lao, Tonga, and VT Levu for myself. Okay, I started recording those up. Now let's declare on Samoa and Vanuatu. Excellent, and there's those 2 provinces for me as well. All right, starting coring those 2. I think it's only the Hawaiian guys left out of all of these minor nations right here, and I think I'm right. So yeah, let's go ahead and declare. I hope they're all allied. So on Hawaii, if we co-belligerent Maui, Oahu doesn't come in, and okay, that's all 4 right there. It's interesting how, because of all of their alliances that they have right here, all of these guys are the same since the start of the game. Now, I think they've reformed into a real nation because they do have the non-native buildings right here. There's still tribal kingdoms and stuff like that, but yeah. And look, they don't even have that much dev. What do these AIs do the entire game, man? I wonder. It takes like 100 years to save up for a building or something. Oh my god, yeah, I haven't been doing culture conversion for a while, but look how cheap it is now, boys, in the later game, man. Yeah, let's just do all of these guys that aren't accepted or whatever. Enlightenment as well. There we go, another super easy, super quick war, and that's the entire area of northern Polynesia. Ours. Okay, so now that we've wrapped up these tiny Polynesian guys, man, I think I'm gonna keep this army right here and stuff like that because we might get some like separatists. So yeah, let's analyze the situation. So out of the small guys, it's only, yeah, nothing's changed here. Interesting. Huh, I guess Kedah would be the easiest to fight without actually, but no, Bengal guarantees all of these guys, man. That's the thing. Weird. Look at the fort galore I'm gonna have to go through when fighting Bengal, man. These assholes. Level 8, level 8, level 8, 9. Oh, that's a lot. Not 8, 6, 4, 8, 8, 8, 4, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 8, 2. Oh my god. Oh, it's gonna be such a slog. What about the Mughals? Actually, the Mughals won't be that difficult to piece out. Where's their capital? Who formed the Mughals? Transoxiana. So shouldn't it be? I guess it's Delhi, right? It's the Mughals, yeah. Delhi's always a level 1. We can snake through here. Yeah, Mughals are actually going to be pretty easy to knock out, and they're fighting Muscovy right now. So, yeah, man, I really got to get into it with Bengal. They own so much of what we need. I don't know. Do we? I keep, feeling like we should leave them for last, but the thing is, with having to fight them so many times, we just can't, right? Otherwise, it's just so much better to, like, I don't know, hit the Mamluks now. Or something like that, or Spain, or Portugal, or I don't know. All right, so what I've done is I've linked up the transport fleet with the southern fleet right here, and I know I'm kind of delaying the inevitable by not fighting Bengal, but I'll get to them later. You guys know I always want a final boss type of war, and I'm saving them to be my final boss. So let's just do a minor war. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but against Spain. They have about 6 or 7 provinces that we need over here. All right. Damn, almost forgot, man. We can't do imperialism on these guys. We gotta do regular conquest so we farm war score. So what is belly tongue? That right there. Okay, so that's the war goal. They're gonna drag in the entire New World. Well, literally almost the entirety of North America with them, along with Austria, Leon. How did this happen? I'm not even looking at Europe this campaign, bro. And the British West Indies somehow? I don't know. Listen. We're just going for Spain here, boys. Okay, now that the war started, I can see their provinces more clearly. So it's 1, 2, 3 provinces that we need from them. I think this is 1, 4, 5. 5 as far as I can see right now. 6. Society Islands, right? Oh, 7, yeah. Society Islands and Tuamotu Islands. So 7 provinces that we need from Spain. Okay, we should be good. Their fleet obviously is not even bigger than mine. Cool. Okay, so far I haven't seen any enemy boats or any enemy troops or anything like that. Mill access, they could literally walk over to me. I wonder if they're trying to do that. Yeah, they've got access through Milan and through tiny Austria right here, so they could do that. I'm not seeing their colonies help out as well. They're not disloyal. Let's see about New Spain. New Spain is disloyal, so yeah, some of the, well, they're always disloyal, so yeah, we'll see. I mean, to take all of this, let's see, how much war score do we need? Probably right like 18 or something like that. No, it's gonna be even less than that. So there we go. That's 5 for those right there. 7, 8. And this one 10, and this one 12. Yeah, 12 war score is what we need, and we are gonna get that just with ticking. There's no need to siege any forts for these. So yeah, I hope I'm not missing something, bro, but I think that's all the Spanish provinces that we need. Just to take a look at these right here, they are not in any subcontinent that we need right now. They're not. Perfect. We do need to fight Vij as well for the Maldives. Oh, the final province I need to siege, and I finally encountered a British West Indies stack standing in the Tuamotu Islands. That's the first army of theirs I've seen. Look, no battles at all. And somehow they black flagged themselves? How can the AI do that? Oh, they're not in the war anymore. Why? They're still a colony of Britain, so how were they in the war in the first place? Alright, now we just gotta wait. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I was busy building buildings, but I've noticed these guys have actually finally come. I just wasn't looking at the minimap, so they've entered the Mongolia here with massive stacks, and they're even down here. I got mill access through Bengal, so I can take these guys to beat their ass down here. And then let's gather up the northern troops. Good thing I've got mega forts, so it's tough for them to penetrate. But yeah, they're no match, man. I just beat a 140k stack with these guys. There we go. They're even on low. They'll accept. There we go. That's all the provinces we need from Spain. Okay, now while we're here, let me see if I got a CB on Portugal. I do. I do got a CB on Portugal. Okay, let's just move my troops around again, and I'll be declaring on Portugal too. All right, troops have been moved around. Let's declare on Portugal for the conquest of Sampit. That right there, and perfect. Then Spain won't defend them again. So, yeah, there we go. There's a war versus Portugal started. Now let's analyze the provinces we need from them. So it's 2 right there. 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Was this one thing? Tuvalu? No, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need, 10. 10 provinces from Portugal. It's better because Portugal has some ships stationed here, so we can get a little bit of war score from that too. Yeah, I just picked out the provinces. It's 11 of them. We need 18 war score with Portugal. Took admin tech way ahead of time. We're not doing anything with the points, as you guys can see. It's time for our final mill idea group. It would be dope to go naval here because we can, but listen, our navy's already so good. Now, I don't know, maybe it does make sense to have naval and maritime, but boys, it's just our navy is so superior to anyone else, man. It's literally redundant. So I think I'm just gonna pick up quantity here. Hell yeah, man. Once we wrap up quantity, we'll have some insane policies like the goods produced. Oof, more galley combat here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I wonder why their enthusiasm goes down so quickly. It's like the same thing happened with Spain, and they were technically stronger than me, right? I mean, Portugal, shoot, Portugal's almost there with the manpower. I mean, troop count. I think the final incident for this campaign, boys, because this one we can't get because we're not a daimyo. So this is the industrialization, or sorry, urbanization incident. And obviously, we're always going isolationist. All right, took a few years, but I think I finally sieged down all of the Portuguese provinces. Oh, and they're willing to accept. Nice. Once again, close examination. Is that everything I need? As far as I can tell, I don't see any red provinces here, and this is the furthest one we need. And there we go. There's a peace out on Portugal as well. Colonizers defeated, and meanwhile, Austria has gone back to being the HRE emperor. Everything is right with the world, except it's Trastamaras, not Habsburgs, but you get the point. Weird-ass HRE, not gonna lie. Great Moravia. Okay, now that that's done, let's analyze this coalition that's been existing for quite a while. So the Mamluks and Bengal are still in it. Ayutthaya has shrunk further, guaranteed by Bengal. Khmer, guaranteed by Bengal. Frick my life. Let's take a look at Pasai. Allied to Bengal, guaranteed by Portugal. Do we fight Bengal? Mamluks are auto-co-belligerent here, so we can take all the stuff from them as well. And then the Mughals here, too. Yeah, force limit's gotten way bigger. I can probably pull out 2 more armies out my ass. And, yeah, this is gonna have to be the next war, man. It's gonna have to be. I don't want it to be, but it's gonna have to be. Ugh. Let's get these boys back home, man. Let's get the troops home, yo. Oh, okay. The coalition actually just disbanded. Yeah, this is what we gotta do. Yep. Okay, so there's the declaration. We're gonna declare for Nios right there. And, wait, where did the other guys go? Weren't they just allied with they're not allied with Persia. Why? Huh. The alliance literally just broke last month. Okay, this is some good luck right there for me. We need this from the Mamluks too. Okay, let's declare. And the Southeast Asia army, these guys are more than veterans at this point. What's the next level, man? These other guys are just chilling. These guys have conquered the entire Pacific by themselves. Okay, I think I've also selected all the Mamluks provinces, so it's these 3 right there, this one right there, all of this that is gonna go to Goshu, like 2 or 3 right here, and 1 right there. And after this, the entire Pacific will be ours. Perfect. And there we go. The war with the Mamluks is done as well. They are willing to accept everything, and there we go. That's another war done, man. Perfect. As soon as a day ticks over, all of this goes to Goshu. We have less to core, so that's perfect. And yeah, I don't think these guys are going to be involved in any way with what we're doing anymore. Excellent, excellent. Okay, Bengal is doing this war right now, which means I can do this. Now, I gotta declare directly on Pasai right here, otherwise we won't be able to full annex them. So that does mean fighting Portugal again, but we literally didn't even fight them, so they're gonna peace out in no time. So this is a war for Pasai and Kedah. Okay, Kedah's already out. Alright, well, the siege is done. We just gotta wait for Portugal to hop out of this. And there we go. The final incident is over. How'd these guys get here? What the frick? Oh, final gov reform time, and it's gonna be eminent efficiency or max absolutism, free policies. I'm gonna go free policies. Or wait, no, we don't care about points at this point, man. This one. About time. That's an unconditional from Pasai, and we can full annex them. Excellent. I love it. Okay, let's score these up and see what the situation is. What are these guys still doing here? So I'm looking at this now. Bengal is actually involved with this Vij stuff, right? They're totally out of manpower. So is their ally Mughals. This isn't the time to do it. I don't know what is. Let's go in, boys. Imperialism. Time for our big boss war, fighting Bengal and the Mughals. And Gujarat, apparently, you know, they're there. We're gonna need to fight these guys a lot. Let's get started with that. Flight progress report. We did peace out the Mughals, mainly because of my subject Mongolia. They did some really heavy work right there, so I'm satisfied with that. They peaced out pretty quickly, and I made them break the alliance with Bengal. Meanwhile, they stormed the Bastille in France, so we got revolutionary France, and this is about 100% war score. Not even that, let's say something like this, perhaps. And that's with 150% overextension. Frick my life, man. We're gonna need so many wars with Bengal to take them down. Because I don't want to go over 100 here, really. Yeah, I should have done this way sooner. Golden era! Okay, thank frick they're willing to accept. Maybe I should, frick. I think I should go for the forts, but can I take a fort without sieging it? No. If we clear the man? Yes, actually. Okay, let me snipe forts. Okay, there we go. That's like all the forts that they have down here. Wait, my mouse died. Okay. Okay, there's the absolutely border gory peace out, but it should be slightly easier next time, man. Frick. Okay, they still guarantee Ayutthaya and Khmer, by the way, so that's one way to reset the truce with them, which we are gonna do. You know, I was slackening for a little bit there. Manpower issues, obviously, because I'm not splitting anything, but I'm just gonna get all of these guys back here, like right there, and then we're gonna declare. Or no, I should probably core up the provinces we got from Bengal and then declare. These assholes completely fricked me over. So they canceled their guarantee over Khmer, and I was like, okay, we'll just fight Khmer and Lan Na, and then by fighting Ayutthaya, I'll make Bengal break the alliance with the Ottomans, their newfound alliance, by the way, and they just declared on Ayutthaya. So next time we fight Bengal, instead of just having to fight the Mughals, who are right here and are frankly pretty easy to peace out, we're gonna have to fight these Ottomans, who are over here, and they have more than twice the size of the Mughals' army. I guess I could always pop a fake imperialism on Gujarat to get Bengal involved. Okay, Khmer's all alone now because they're in that war too. Let's just wipe them out. And with this defeat on Khmer, ladies and gentlemen, and with our full annexation on them, that means that Bengal is officially the last nation that we need to fight. If I knew what I was talking about, but I don't, because it's actually the second to last Because we still gotta fight Vij for the Maldives. Okay, let's get the armies back into position because obviously I need to think of a new strat here. You know, maybe the Ottomans won't really be that big of a factor in this Bengal war. Now, I think they're gonna arrive really quickly since their army is so huge and it's just one nation in between them and Bengal. But what I just took from Bengal down here, 100 worth of overextension, was only about 60% war score. And with the no forts right here, I mean, I guess they got one over here, and then it's these three. So after this sort of shield, or maybe these 5 you can call a shield, it's just one before we get to Gouda. And we are definitely going to do imperialism again, since it's 75 cost. Although this makes more sense, since I can very easily farm war score like this, because my armies are so superior. I don't know, though. Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna wait to core a little bit up, you know, beat up some rebels, and then we're gonna go in on Vij here just for the Maldives. I wonder if Threatened War will work on them. Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to try. Mexico? Oh, yeah. Oh, everyone. What the frick? Spain totally blew up, dude. Portugal beat their ass, and Colombia owns Lisbon. There you have it. So Canada has broken free. The US has. We have Illinois right here. Mexico. British West Indies are still a colony, so is Pacifico Norte and Spanish California, but they've allied each other. They might break free as well. Then we got Colombia, and the Peru, Brazil, and La Plata guys are loyal. Interesting. This is Africa, by the way. Adran having a good game, so is Fars, so is Adal. They still have provinces here that I don't know how they got. Yeah, weird late game, huh, boys? Look at the world, man. So few nations left. God damn it, I knew Zeal was gonna be a problem. Pretty good general right there, 6662. I think at this point we can theoretically get a 6666 guy. So we can get between 6 and 14. Let's say we get 14. Fire scale increased by 2, that's 16. Shock increased by 2, 18. Maneuver increased by 2, 20. And siege increased by 121. And 4 times 6 is 24. So we still can't get a 6666. Okay. You know, I've built up 2 more armies right here, and Vij is actually pretty close to accepting threatening war. So what I think I'm gonna do is just spam out all of these mercs right here wherever I can, man. And, you know, we'll lose some money, but they should be willing to accept. There it is. Okay, saved myself a slight hassle of fighting this fairly large Vijayanagar right here. I know I probably tanked a ton of... Of course I did. Professionalism with that. And regarding culture conversion, man, obviously I'm doing it all the time when we have the spare points, but we have actually converted a whole lot. I really haven't been showing that off too much, but look at this, boys. Almost all of China is Togoku. We're not doing Korean because, well, I accepted it at the start because it was so expensive. Now, of course, we could do it, but frick it, it's already accepted it. And yeah, a lot of conversions down here. This isn't part of the goals or anything like that. Obviously, it helps quite a lot, you know, to have it be your culture and your religion with rebels and stuff like that, but just doing it with extra Diplo points, man. And now that they've become so cheap in the Age of Revolutions, it's just, you know, something worth spending your Diplo points on. But look, we only got 4 more provinces to finish converting in all of China. We've pretty much destroyed the Chinese culture group. These 2 Xibei provinces that the Mughals own are gonna remain, but they're not even in China, they're in Tibet. So Mongolia is pretty huge, huh? Alright, truce with Bengal is up. Armies are mostly in position. Let's tell these guys to hunt enemy fleets in the eastern Indian Ocean. And let's go ahead and declare on Bengal. Once again, imperialism, boys. Oh, thank frick for that. It's going alright. Just sunk their flagship. Let's pick that guy up. We have occupied quite a lot down here, man. All of these guys are on auto siege. I know I'm attritioning a lot like that, but do we already have Gouda? No, that's Gouda right there. So let's actually send those guys there instantly. Most of these guys are now auto sieging. This is like a battle one right here, but because the worst goal is to occupy Gouda, man, we're really not getting that much from these battles. Oh, thalassocracy. Well, that's wonderful. I think that's tier 8, if I'm not mistaken. We already have the Gokaido reform right there, which is good for, like, tall Japan type stuff. Thalassocracy is obviously, like, better for what we're trying to do, but I'm gonna stay with this. As rare as thalassocracy is, I guess this one's even rarer since only Japan can have it. And they're willing to accept up to 100 overextension. I'm just taking the Burma border right here and just connecting up some of our land. You know what? Maybe we'll go a little further just to do something like this. Wait, who's in... What? Moravia's on my side. I've only just noticed that. I guess it's 2 GPs versus 1, right? That's the whole reason they joined. Yeah, Bengal and the Ottomans versus me. Yeah, that's why Moravia intervened. So, are they winning or losing for me? They're actually losing for me. Thank you for joining, Great Moravia. You know what? Shout out Great Moravia. How can I ally them, though? I thought hegemons can't ally. Wait, why is this not growing? All of the other great powers have less heavy ships than the Empire of Japan. I never noticed that. You know what? Frick it. I can't be bothered. All right, there we go. Made them end the alliance with the Ottomans as well. Let's core all of those provinces up. And yeah, I think 2 more wars, man. I think 2 more wars. 1 if we're super bold, but yeah, 2. I want to keep it stable, boys. We're chilling. There isn't any pressure here. Well, there is the pressure that I have to have lunch soon, but... Ooh, Bengal got, I think, declared on by Vij. Yeah, that works for me. All right, I'm actually back the next day here, boys. You know how long it takes to record once we get, you know, later into the game. So, yeah, there we go. We can embrace industrialization, which is awesome. Tax and manpower. Right now, we're really not doing anything, boys. You know, working on the economy, building up, and just waiting for the truce with Bengal to expire. They still haven't wrapped up their war with Vij here. There we go. I think they just ended it. Vijayanagar expanded. Not really that much over here. Okay, Bengal still has all of the provinces I need to take from them. It would have been better if someone else took stuff over here, but there is no one to take stuff over here. Lanna is their vassal, but oh, not anymore. But it doesn't matter. I still have the same truce with them. Last idea group time. We even got to there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we could go with honestly whatever right here. But let's continue the whole being the richest nation in the world thing by picking up economic ideas. Oh man, I should have gone for the Bagan temples earlier, man. I forgot about the missionary things. It was at 0, by the way. Just bumped it up to tier 2, and there's tier 3. There we go. Everything we've conquered has been converted to Shinto, so now we can continue to add provinces that aren't in any trade companies to our trade companies. So there we go. We're all set. And these right here. Let's do Siam. Maybe something new in Canton? Nope, because everything down here in Canton is trade companied. And then, of course, Burma. Rakhine Indian Ocean Islands. Which ones are those? Oh, that's in Bengal. Okay, so we trade company Bengal as well. And then the other ones... those are in Coromandel, that's right. Okay, I think the truce with Bengal is up. Yes, I am correct. They have re-allied the Ottomans, Jesus Christ, but, fine. It's still, we don't need to 100% them. There we go. We're still gonna do the same thing. Imperialism, take capital Gouda. There's the declaration. And even if I go 100% war score here, we can't take more than that. So kind of lame, but it is what it is. We're gonna have to do something like this. The provinces here are really dev, is the thing. A lot of these provinces are like 20, 30, 40 dev. I mean, I have to, right? we gotta siege the Ottomans, bro. Okay, luckily the Ottomans sucked balls, but I wanted to white peace them. I forgot to make them break the alliance. No big deal, though. Let's go ahead and peace out Bengal right here. We're going to be taking... let's do this, and then we'll take the rest later, I guess. Or I don't know. Do I go max? Frick it. Let's do something like this, just in case some of these provinces here are really dev'd as well. There we go. Now, even though we're 140% overextended right here, one of the advantages of having everything be your religion and almost everything being your culture is there aren't any rebels to rise up. We're 140% overextended. I only got like 5 rebel stacks. I got particularists right down here. I got Ayutthaya guys. You know, some guys that were here basically, guys that would still have cores like Twangu guys I got, Ayutthaya guys I got, Arakan maybe, yeah, something like that. So even though we're so overextended, there really isn't any rebels that can rise up here, and that's something I didn't think of up until now, man. Especially with all the culture conversion that we're doing, I could have easily taken more in previous Bengal wars and probably cut down our wars to them by 1 or 2. So maybe by now we would even be done. But yeah, just waiting to finish scoring these provinces. Then we're gonna hit Lanna, their allyless, and we're gonna wait for the truce with Bengal to expire and hit them again. I could go for Gujarat right here and just white peace them to reset my truce with Bengal, but frick it, I'm working on the economy and ideas anyway. You know, we have so much points, man, that there's really no point in even not doing these cultures that are already accepted, especially when they're so cheap, you know, so frick it. Everything will be Togoku. I think that's the most like non-tolerant you can go with, man. Even converting provinces that are like auto-accepted and part of your culture group. You know, Korean, like I said earlier, I have had accepted since the start, since these were like extremely expensive to convert in the early game. And there's no point in converting Saigoku and Kyushuan right here, right? They're Japanese. There's no penalties of any kind from them, but hey, what are you gonna do? Are we gonna get to convert everything by the end? No. And in this campaign, we're even gonna reach the 1800s. I don't know if we've done that in previous grand campaigns. You know, I've got about 850,000 ducats. Why not spam universities everywhere? They don't take up a slot, right? Yeah, they don't. Okay. Something that's interesting is I was just reading well, not really a dev diary, but those things that Johan posts on the forums about like buildings in EU5 and stuff like that. And I was reading about universities in EU5, right? And Johan said, yes, some provinces in Italy will have universities present at the start of the game, which of course, I mean, the oldest one in the world is the one in Bologna, right? Or something like that. But it's weird how there is universities right at the start of EU4's time frame as well, but it's a building you unlock so late. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Oh no, these got zeal, right? Yeah, frick my life. All right, I think I've cored most of the stuff, or if not all of it. Let's fight Lan Na. Lan Na is done. Very nice. Oh, there's the Shwedagon Pagoda right here, which doesn't even, like, really exist. We just start constructing it. Oh, we start to construct it. Current economy, we're making about 2,000 ducats. There's 100% crownland ownership. For no reason. Well, the next war with Bengal will be simply lovely. Oh my god, dude. And we've wrapped up all idea groups. Let's see, are there any good policies right here? So let's actually get rid of this. Actually, no need. Let's just add that one. There we go. What about right here? Any trade stuff? No, I guess the good ones are already in. Let's do discipline right there, but get rid of I kind of want that artillery combat ability on, if I'm being honest. Yeah, let's get rid of that one, the Public Road Act, and we'll add in that one. Army quality really ain't half bad, man. Let's compare ourselves to the other guys right here. Army quality comparison. So my morale is literally, I'm not even gonna say it. Look at how much more morale we have than everyone else, man. And I have been stacking morale this campaign, obviously. Discipline, not the most, obviously. You know, European guys have better discipline modifiers than us. Yeah, what about combat abilities? We can't really see that one, can we? But yeah, this is our combat abilities. Just some regular stuff, but our morale is nutty, dude. Oh, Ottomans are actually hegemon. Never noticed that. 1 million troops? How much do we have? 756,000. We could probably get up to 1 million if I build the right buildings. I mean, we can definitely get up to 1 million, but no need. I'm so much more powerful than them. You know, we're like Prussia style, they're like Russia style. So these got zeal until 97 and 93. Here's something. Manipur popped out of here, right? Someone made Bengal release them. They valid each other. That's the truce reset, or maybe even the taking of the entirety of this. Now, of course, it's double if they're not co-belligerent, so let me calculate the war score on all of these provinces here. Okay, that's a 56% war score for all of these, so double, we can't take them all. Damn. It's like 1.7, you know, worth province. I mean, either way, let's do something with this. Now, look at that, man. 2 provinces, or maybe, hold up, I just thought of it. So, we do this war, right? Our truce with Bengal would have ended in 1793. So we're still kind of shortening it like this, or are we not? No, because if I take provinces and then wait 5 years with Manipur, it'll be longer than that. So really what I do here is... But if I white peace Bengal, I gotta fight the Ottomans and the Mughals. So yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. To make it, it's gonna be slightly longer, but it's gonna be easier. What I'm gonna do is take stuff from Bengal here, and then white peace Manipur, and then once my truce with Manipur is up, deck on Manipur again. So yeah, like that, the truce with them will be extended, not 1493, it'll probably be like something like, I don't know, 1 or 2 years later, but at least I won't have to fight the Ottomans and the Mughals. It's so cool that when you tell these guys to auto-siege, and I've been using this so much recently, man, especially in the late game, they use the naval transport if it's there. So these guys, because they can't get over here because of this fort, instead of going to siege that one, they thought this one is more important, and they naval transported themselves to over here, or they're transporting themselves. And there we go, Bengal will accept. There's the peace out on them, and now we're just gonna white peace Manipur. There we go. That's done. Only 2 provinces left, boys. Only 2 provinces left. Ah, frick. Now they've become a vassal under Bengal, which means... What does it mean? It means, frick this, I still gotta fight the Ottomans and the Mughals. That's what it means. God damn it, man. How many religions have I destroyed this campaign? So I've completely destroyed Mahayana. I've destroyed Confucian. I probably destroyed Animist. It's all down here. That's 3. Yeah, 3. And there's only 1 Ibadi, 1 Theravada, and 1 Zoroastrian province. What's the Theravada one, I wonder? Oh, is it that one right there? Yes, it is. Well, I destroyed a lot of cultures, too. Even culture groups. Yeah, that's one of the best generals we've gotten. 5, 6, 4, 6. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Can we still theoretically not get 24 siege guy? So up to 16. 16 plus 2, 18. Plus 2, 20. Plus 1. Yeah, we can only get 22, so we can't get a 24 pip generally. I'm just looking at some missions right now. Lowered inflation for that one. Then we can do this one. Then for this one, proliferation of firearms. Manufactories and devs. Train the samurai. Yeah, let's do these, because, I don't know, we got a unique gov reform here. Okay, devved up some provinces. There's train the samurai. Reform Ashangar regiments no longer viable. Okay, proliferation of firearms. All of those bonuses strengthen the Bakuhan. What did we get? What did we get instead of those? Reform of the samurai. That's pretty nice. And then tier 10, strengthen Bakuhan. Absolutism, absolutism. Sure, I'll take those, man. I'll take those. Wait, did we just lose the 4 ones? We did. Oh, frick my life. Whatever. That does give me more, admin efficiency, which I could have definitely used before this war. What? France is preparing to attack the US. Oh, the US is blown up. You know what? I think I'm gonna truce break Bengal here. Because it's only 2 provinces. I mean, how much war score could it cost, right? Yeah, 10. So we should get that easily before we even get into it with the Ottomans and the Mughals. Frick it, bruh. Let's just truce break Bengal and end this campaign. I've been doing episode 4 here for like 3 days, man. 60k versus 240k Mughals? Easy. And there we go. They'll already accept. What was I even waiting for? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the final war of this Japan Grand Campaign. Done. Alright, so those provinces are coring, and all we have to wait for after that is for them to convert, and the zeal on none expires perfect in just about a year and a half. Excellent, man. That's the only things we need to do. Wonder what little Oirat's been doing here the entire game. Nothing. Oh, I can have a tributary. Provinces have been cored up, and we're now in the process of converting the final 2 provinces in the game that we need to convert. What a comeback from Vij, though. They're fighting the Mughals now. And there we go, folks. The final provinces have been converted, which means we can even build up the Angkor Wat right here. You know, there's so many good monuments in Burma and Indochina that I should realistically have utilized earlier in the campaign, but hey, it is what it is. So now all that's left to do is to just add everything down here that's not trade companied to trade companies. And with that, we've officially done everything we needed to do. We started as Oda, formed Japan, changed our name to the Empire of Japan, conquered the entire Far East, the entirety of China, the entirety of the East Indies, and the entirety of Oceania, and we converted it all to Shinto. But yeah, there you go, man. A conclusion of another very successful grand campaign. Oops, I didn't mention the having Mongolia own all of Mongolia goal, but we did that one as well. So now at this point, ladies and gentlemen, it's just time to show off. Of course, we're gonna get to the time lapse, but let me show you the stuff first. So obviously, man, we started off as Oda, conquered Japan, pushed through these guys right here, did everything over here. So let's just get started with the great powers list. 7,953 dev, almost twice as big as the next great power, Great Moravia right here. Number 3, we have the Ottomans. Number 4, it's Revolutionary France. Decent sized Persia, Great Britain, the Mughals right here, and Vijayanagar, and of course, this is what the rest of the world looks like, but we are also a military hegemon. In the government reforms, unique tier 1, unique tier 4 right here, unique tier 5, unique tier 8, and unique tier 10. That's what's been going on over there. Level 5 advisors, obviously in the diplomacy tab, not a lot to see right here. That's not even me. Going over in the economy, something I wanted to show off the most right here. You can see all of the Awesome, awesome money we're making from production and from trade right here, ladies and gentlemen. We even have 5 gold mines. I didn't focus on deving any of them except for the starting one that we really needed right at the start, making about 2,000 ducats in the positive per month right here. 100% goods produced, 48% of our income coming in from trade. In the tech department, almost tech 32, which I think is the final one. Quality, religious, offensive, trade, defensive, maritime, quantity, economic. We needed one of naval or maritime for a mission and to become a naval hegemon as well. Didn't focus too much on the missions this campaign, but we did complete most of them. There's only like 3 or 4 of these that we haven't completed, so there we go. These are all the policies right here. Most stable nation in the world, by the way, way under GovCap, and of course religion and culture is related to stability. I'll show it off soon. Everything, of course, is Shinto. We did go full isolationist. We've been closed doors since the start of the campaign, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the military looks like. Morale has dropped, obviously, due to some modifiers and advisors and stuff like that, but this is what everything else looks like. Extremely powerful generals this campaign, one of the best ones we've done. These are our subjects. We got Mongolia and Goshu right here in Australia, and all of these trade companies that we're making so much money from. I love it. And of course, in the estates, they still got the monarch queen privileges, super happy, and 100% crown ownership, 120 max absolutism. But yeah, aside from that, man, maybe let's take a look at the dev things. You know, some really high dev provinces. Kyoto is at 74, and we got a lot of these that are above 40, as we can see right here, mostly in Japan. So many above 30, above 20 as well. Sure, we do have some poor ass provinces as well if we include trade companies, but hey, listen, I think our lowest dev province is 10. No, that's the cost. That's the dev, 16. So we sort by dev. Right. I was looking at a different thing. So Kyoto, 46 development, not 74. That is what it's looking like, but not a lot to show off right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the religion map mode. Everything we own is Shinto. This is the rest of the world. Catholic had a pretty bad campaign in Europe, but Portugal and Castile kept it alive in the New World. This is the culture map mode of our own country. Everything, almost everything, is Togoku, our primary culture right here, and we've converted almost everything else, helped out with rebellions quite a lot, so that's very nice. Didn't manage to convert everything, but we'd have to wait for separatism to go down, blah, 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 so there's really no point since it wasn't even part of our goals. So yeah, man, looking really, really powerful. Aside from that, boys, this is the merchant setup, collecting in Beijing and in in Malacca. This is the armies, full stacks. For a while we could have way bigger armies, as you can see right here. We can have a massive navy of 1,500 boats. Really wasn't needed even with a naval hegemon. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. An excellent campaign, our first of the grand campaigns outside of Europe, and I think next time, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna roll along with a Mughal grand campaign where we're gonna conquer everything from the Balkans to Indochina, back to Egypt right here. A little long Mughals, a Longols, if you will. Let me know what you think about that. But with all that said, let's go ahead and roll the time lapse, and we'll say goodbye. Feels good. And that was the time lapse, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed that. I know it was a little bit wonky with the stuff we took and then gave to Mongolia, and Oda staying here for the entirety of the time lapse and saying like Japanese Far East or Japanese East Indies. But hey, that's just EU4 for you, and that's just a grand campaign as the Empire of Japan. Thank you so much for watching. That's all I have to say about that. Goodbye.